So much going on with this episode of Kekkai Sensen, dude. The vampires, the Elder 13, the King of Despair, which is obviously White's brother, which is clearly a vampire, and he's calling up Fempt and everything like that. There's so many plot points introduced with this episode, and continuing just the crazy, over-the-top nature of Kekkai Sensen, dude. I cannot stress it enough. Like, I really do love this series. It's so thoroughly entertaining. Granted, it is very, like, this episode, very all over the place from where we came off of last episode, and I'm hoping that, I'm not sure how this is going in terms of adaptation, because I only read volume 1 and now this is, you know, volume 2 and beyond, so I need to check that out and see how it's being adapted. If anybody knows and can tell me, the manga readers of this, if it's being adapted well at this point, or if it's kind of deviating away, I'd like to know that information. But otherwise, I'm still hype. I'm still super hype on the series. This episode, it was crazy, a lot of stuff going on, so let's dive into it. Basically, we get introduced to a couple more characters from Libra. Patrick, who seems like a very, you know, lively, burly dude who's kind of fucking around with Leo and everything like that. I forgot the girl's name that was saying that to him. She didn't say anything this entire episode anyway. And then we get introduced to the dude Lucky Abrams, who is kind of like a mentor to Klaus, and he got this curse put on him by the vampires, and he has such good luck that the curse just fucks with everybody around him, but he's all good. Like, he causes a plane crash when he's coming in, you know, fucking glass shard just hits Zapp in the head. I'm like, what is happening, dude? But nevertheless, this episode did a lot of things in terms of formal aspects that I really, really liked, dude. Like I said, Bones is going in. You know, Naito, for making this crazy world in the first place, needs to be applauded. And just seeing certain stylistic choices with the direction, everything like that, certain camera angles, like in the beginning when, you know, the King of Despair, I don't remember his name. I don't know his name. I don't think he said his name. He was like, he said to Leo, "You know my name." But anyway, I digress. And it's weird, these connections that Leo has right now with White, with this dude. But, you know, this camera angle that they had from the first person, you know, perspective when he was kind of talking to Leo at the beginning of the episode, and just the various visual styles that they have with this series, and the crazy, you know, direction and shots that they have. It's crazy. Like, sometimes, you know, there are some jump cuts that kind of detract from what's going on, but ultimately, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, visually stunning. These fights go in, even though, you know, there's not that many crazy fluid movements. It's just over the top, you know, stylistic gold with Kekkai Sensen, dude. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. So, moving on from that, we find out that Leo's god eyes can see the Elder 13. Basically, can see the vampires in this other realm, you know, kind of invisible to the naked eye, I guess. Which confuses me, because I don't know how the fuck those two, KK and the other dude, were fighting against them if they couldn't see them. Obviously, I guess they could see them, and you can't see them through devices, I guess. I don't know what the fuck, because I guess they could see the hand too. So, I guess it's probably not the case, but they're in the separate realm. Leo can see past the border like that, and sees the Elder 13, and it fucks up his vision. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the significance of how they're bringing in the vampires and the Elder 13 as a whole. Like I said in my last review, I like the fact that there's such a variety of creatures. You can bring in all these crazy things, and it's pretty much limitless with what they can do and how far they can take it. But I wonder if, you know, things will be resolved, it'll be a running plot point, or if it'll just jump to something else next. I mean, King of Despair is obviously going to be key, dude. He's clearly White's older brother. And he's in communication with Fempt, which we know Fempt is like the main antagonist from what we've seen from this series starting up. So this dude is going to be one of the major antagonists of the series going on. I'm sure the Elder 13, more of them will probably crop up, and we'll be seeing many other creatures as well, as far as I'm concerned, with this series. But ultimately, I still think that, you know, King of Despair is going to be, like, one of the major antagonists. And I still don't get, like, Leo's relationship with White is super complicated. I can't understand if people can see her, if they can't see her. Is she just a vampire? Is she actually a ghost and she's dead? And she was just saying she was a ghost and she's actually a vampire? I mean, her brother's obviously a vampire. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know how Leo knows him. I don't know why they were talking with each other like they knew each other. I don't know how Leo's supposed to know his name. A lot of stuff is left ambiguous. But still, this episode, great development, a lot of nice comedy, some character development for some you know, Libra members and everything like that, and it's just such a fun ride, dude. It's such a fun ride every episode. So much going on, you know, so visually stunning. Bones is just going in, dude. I'm telling you. And in terms of the look and aesthetic of how Naito created this world, dude, it's superb. Like, this kind of altered, crazy New York. You can definitely see the New York and the design and everything like that, but Oh my goodness, it's something that is just masterful in the creativity, dude. That's why I'm having so much fun with this series. Yes, there's cliche elements to it, but it just blows all of that out of the water. It's so unique and original with what it does, even though it's kind of using, you know, base, you know, formula and kind of blueprints to make some of these things. But regardless, good episode. I'm interested to see, like I said, all the stuff that takes place in terms of the Elder 13, you know, King of Despair, Fempt, how these relationships will be explained, what is White's significance, you know, what is her relationship with Leo's sister, with Leo. I don't know. Too many questions, a lot of info dump with this episode, like the previous episodes, but a lot of things are being filled in as well in terms of crafting the world and continuing to expand it and things like that. So, let me know your thoughts on this episode. Like, every episode of Kekkai Sensen. Like, I want the next episode so badly right now because it's just so much fun to watch. But that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts, and I'm out. Peace.